hello to all the new subscribers. However, no messing about in the intro for this week's episode, lads. You know the drill by now. 50 likes, it's a way of life. The last word! Arbroath 1, Dunfermline 0. And if I'm being honest, I can't be arsed talking about another game which we haven't won, so legit, I'm just not going to talk about it. All I will say is, last word, worrying. I've not got enough time in this video to really give this game the proper description it deserves. Hectic, chaos, immense, and a bunch of other words that you could also find in an Oxford dictionary. To have been at the Dundee derby where the 6-2 scoreline was repeated, and to have so many memories to go along with it, whether that be going along with Andy, who obviously got me the ticket, whether that be meeting a lot of Dundee United fans that are subscribers to the channel, or just the game itself and all the stuff that came with that. It really was unforgettable stuff. But as for the game itself, last word, demolition derby. This game pretty much faded out of the limelight for me on Friday night. I mean, I wonder why. It's not like I was busy on Friday night. However, who really saw this scoreline coming? Inverness 5, Morton 0. I predicted a draw in this one and predicted 6, and well, I was pretty far off. That type of result, it can only be described in one way. Last word, scudding. And who's up next for Inverness in the league? Oh aye, that'll be Dunfermline. You love to see it, don't you? The first side of Edinburgh to talk about today is Hearts. But first up, we have some congratulations to give to Hamilton Accies, because once again they've pulled off a result that on paper they really shouldn't, so congratulations are definitely in order. But Craig Levine, Sir Craig William Levine, you've got to be heading out the door, pal. Have some decency, eh? It's clearly not working anymore. Clearly. Last word, has to go. The other side of Edinburgh to talk about now, obviously that being Hibernian. But first up, we need to praise their opposition once again. And this time, that's Motherwell FC. Well done, lads. Fantastic stuff. Dominant. Wow, just brilliant. Now, Hibs. Paul Heckingbottom. Do you need to be shown the door as well, pal? They may be sitting 2 points better off than Hearts in the league table, but can you really say that they're playing better football on the pitch at the moment? Last word, not for me. I just realised that the two previous results that I spoke about, both Hearts and Hibs, drawing and losing respectively, means that Lanarkshire have got one over on Edinburgh this weekend. Go figure. Now moving on to a team that's in a very similar situation to my team right now, Dunfermline Athletic, and that is Partick Thistle. They were winning at one point yesterday, but then the wheels came off the bus. They finished with 9 men. Chris Doolan, their legendary striker, came back to haunt both them and the man who let him go in Gary Caldwell, and then that led to an air winner which gave them the 3-2 away win. We've already spoken about a few managers who maybe should or could be on their way out of their football clubs, and I think this might be another one once again. Gary Caldwell, last word, Shugley Peg. What's that? Alan Johnson losing at home thanks to an Alan Troughton goal? That'd never be my team. No. Never. Joking aside, however, Alloa jump ahead of 3 full-time teams thanks to that win yesterday, and I know we're only 4 games in and it's maybe a bit too early to judge and be really concerned, but is it not just a tiny bit concerning for those 3 full-time teams that both the part-time sides that are in this league are now a decent enough wee points tally ahead of them? Regardless, Alloa, once again, proving everyone wrong. Last word, defiant. Losing to Clyde last week, drawing 0-0 with Airdrieonians this week. Falkirk FC. What a shambles you're making of this. This League 1 season should be an absolute cakewalk for yous, and you're already making it a bit of a slog. Should McKinnon start to be questioned? Because everyone's there at his disposal, but why is it just not happening? Last word, baffling. Dumbarton FCA. If anything could sum up Falkirk's season so far, it is actually the Suns. Scurried 6-0 by Falkirk just a few weeks ago, and now Dumbarton are actually sitting ahead, yes, ahead of Falkirk. Sitting joint top of League One, what an achievement for Dumbarton at this stage of the season. And yes, as we said before, we're only about 4 games in, but Isaac Lane has scored another 2 goals for Dumbarton, and they've won 3 games on the bounce now. So forgive me for thinking that Isaac Lane is heading for the Ballon d'Or. Don't even argue with me. It's a certainty. Last word, dead cert. The wee Fife derby, eh? You just know that if the pars aren't involved, it's no real Fife derby. So I'll take it with a pinch of salt, this wee Fife derby title that we have to give it, but you know the real thing would be in the league above with the pars. Kidding slightly. Anyway, full-time score, East Fife 4, Wraith Rovers 2. Another costly result for Wraith Rovers, but definitely a shot of adrenaline in the arm for East Fife. They're only 1 point behind first place Wraith Rovers at this point, and they've got a cheeky wee game in hand as well. East Fife, dark horses for promotion this season? Last word, perhaps. So Kelty Hearts have won a game of football, and you might be sitting here thinking, well, of course they have, it's Kelty Hearts, they've got decent money in that league, etc, etc. But let me tell you the final scoreline. Kelty Hearts 10, yes, that's 1-0, 10, Gretna 0. And unbelievably, that doesn't even put Kelty Hearts top of the Lowland League. That honour is in the hands of Bonnyrigg Rose. So who'll come out on top at the end of the season? That is the big question. Last word, Bonnie Battle. No pun intended. And that's it for this episode, guys. Cheers for watching. If you did enjoy it, please give it a like. Comment down below the last word for the game you were at this weekend, and subscribe for more of this type of content. Thank you so much for all the support in the last 72 whatever hours. It's been crazy. I'll speak about it midweek because I just can't put it into words just now. I'll see you in the next video, which will be my games of the week for the weekend just past. I'll see you then. Cheers, guys.